Hi, it's Jen with Astro Astrology. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the weekly forecast for May 28th through June 3rd. So we're going to be looking at, I know I'm a couple days late, but it was a long holiday weekend. We're still having all the same dynamics that are happening with the new moon that happened back in Taurus, and kind of working towards those motivations that have been leading us for the past week or so, until the end of this week when that new moon comes into a full moon in Sagittarius. So we start off the week with Sun in a square with Saturn. So we have Saturn and the Sun. The Sun is in Gemini and Saturn is in Pisces. So you see that that's 90 degrees apart, 30, 60, 90. These are all 30. So a square can be a difficult aspect, but with the Sun, it's about what drives you. It's your motivation. It's what your passions are in this life. Saturn is about maturity and kind of putting a foundation on things. So it's kind of this aspect with the squares telling you, grow up. You need to get serious. We need to overcome these challenges, and we need to stop being held back. You need to just grow up, be mature about things, do things in a mature way. Saturn is about gaining and reaping what you sow. Like when you think about your Saturn return, that everything you worked for should be starting to fall in line. It might be difficult. It might, have those hurdles that you have to work for or through, but the more you work hard, the more things are going to fall in place for you. So that's kind of the dynamic early in the week. So we're using our new moon in Taurus to slowly plug through as we, move a little bit into Gemini. It kind of gets it sped up a little bit, and so it's kind of like, okay, we're going to feel a little bit more rushed to kind of get our ideas into action, start getting going. So on Thursday, on June 1st, Jupiter will be in conjunction with the North Node. So when you're thinking about what you're doing, with this new moon to reshape your life, to go after your passions, the North Node is about what you feel your destiny, or what what you think is destined to be your future in this life. Something that you've been working towards, something that, is your brass ring that you're reaching towards in this life, whether it, but all these things, they can be overly magnified with Jupiter. Jupiter magnifies everything. It can make good things and bad things bigger and, more focus, more, magnification. So we have Jupiter moving in, moving in to the conjunction with the North Node. The North Node moves on a clockwise, and then Jupiter is moving on a counterclockwise. So they're coming into the conjunction. So this is, two big planets, or not planets, but they're two big entities that are coming together and blowing things up. Hopefully on a global scale, that's not an actual, it's more figurative than literal, because on a literal scale, you think of, the war that's going on in Ukraine and, blowing things up, that you don't want. So, we don't want that escalated. We don't want that blown up. We don't want any big bombs going off or anything like that. So hopefully with the Sun square Saturn, Saturn will kind of, keep down whatever could be blown up. So, hopefully the world treads a little bit lightly, because all these are kind of mundane transits, the ones that I'm giving you, and then if you look at them and where they're crossing in your chart is how they're going to affect you. But on a global scale, we see, things being blown up, things being made bigger, things being magnified or obsessed. You know, we have some obsession about maybe, you know, what we're working towards, but you want to make sure that whatever obstacles that you're overcoming with your Sun and Saturn, you're not trampling on things that, you know, might hurt you in the long run. So this could be, this Jupiter North Node conjunction could be something that is life-changing. It could be life-changing in the whole dynamic of the world. It could be life-changing for even yourself, especially depending if you have a lot of things going on in Taurus. You're going to really feel this. I have my moon in Taurus, and I can already feel things getting blown up. You know, I've had a lot of issues with, had some health issues recently. You know, just even over the weekend. You know, here in New England, there's this thing called Lyme disease, which is spread by ticks. And because I live up in the woods, I did have this happen. And of course, it's been getting blown up for me. So, you know, this is all happening in my 5th house. You know, also could be, you know, working towards, you know, making my YouTube, you know, trying to get that out there a little bit more. The exaggeration could be, you know, I got a horrible sunburn. So I was out this weekend, you know, the sun, you know, because of this medication that I'm on, you know, got me this horrible sunburn. And so that's why I was a couple days late with the video, because it wasn't looking too pretty for the, to be on camera, or wasn't feeling up to being on camera anyway. So, you know, again, you know, too much is sometimes a lot. Too much is sometimes too much. Too much sunburn. Too much of a good thing is sometimes not a good thing. So you always want to just be careful that you don't become obsessive, that you don't, you know, you keep a level head. Find a happy medium between what your goals are and what is logically attainable within, you know, your promise in your birth chart and in your life. So don't feel that, you know, with this exaggeration, with, you know, Sagittarius coming into there, with the full moon in Sagittarius, a lot of Sagittarius is about, you know, always wanting more. It's ruled by Jupiter, so a lot of Jupiter dynamics going on this week. So, you know, I don't feel, you know, if you know people in Sagittarius, you know, they might not be settled always. They might always want to be moving about, wanting a better job, wanting promotion, wanting a bigger house, wanting more money, just wanting more and more out of life. And sometimes that unsettled, you know, you don't want to feel like, you know, you want to be appreciative of what you actually have and not what you don't have. You know, think of, you know, of where you are and appreciate where you are, and of course work towards what you want, but always be in the moment, be where your feet are, and appreciate what life has to offer to you. You know, take a moment to just breathe in the air and just take it all in and just appreciate things. Everybody wants more money. Everyone wants to be, you know, prettier, more popular. They want a bigger house. They want a better job. They want a promotion. All of that does come with more responsibility. You get a promotion at work, you're going to get more work responsibilities. You get more money, you pay higher taxes, you know, and, you know, if you have a bigger house, again, pay more taxes. It always comes down to taxes anyway. So, you know, you just want to be careful with that as you're working towards what you're working towards. So now the full moon is in Sagittarius on the 3rd. They're, you know, it's about ideals, about kind of, Sagittarius can be known to push its ideals and its convictions on others, because Sagittarius kind of thinks that what their passion, you know, what they believe is what everyone should believe. So, and that I feel is a lot of what's going on in the world now too, with, you know, people trying to open up and trying to gain acceptance for lots of different things, and then others are doing a lot of pushback. And so it's instead of becoming a happy medium where people are coming together and working together to be accepting of each other and be, it's a battle. It's like this side's doing one thing, this side's doing one thing, and where do we go from here? You want to work together. You don't want to push your ideas and convictions on somebody. You want to have a nice debate. There can be friendly debates where you discuss your side and hear the other person's side. As a Libra, this is something that I deal with on an everyday basis, especially in what I do for work. I run HR, so I'm seeing both sides. I have to see where the company stands, and then I have to see where the employee stands, and feel like, okay, how are we going to come to a happy medium to make both sides happy, to make this work for everybody? As a Libra, we're very balanced, so sometimes that comes a little bit easier for me, where I can see both sides, even though I might be a little heavier towards this side or heavier towards this side. I still can see both sides. Sagittarius can sometimes see mostly their side, so you want to be a little more open-minded. We want this world to get along. We want happy debates. We don't want so much one side and against each other. We want things and people to come together, and the world will just be a happier place. And maybe AI won't take over someday, like Terminator, because we're going to be pitted against each other, and they're going to have to come in and save the day. So let's kind of take this full moon as a way of I'm going to put out there my convictions. I'm going to put out there what I believe, but I'm also going to listen to what you believe, and I'm going to work with you on this, with Jupiter as the ruler. This can be very big. It could be a very big boost for good. It can be a big boost for bad. So let's all try to focus on the positive and boost that, and let's work towards that in this life. Let's, our Jupiter conjunct our North Node, be working towards peace in the world. And what people always just say, I want world peace. So maybe that's what we need to work for. And maybe this Jupiter conjunct the North Node won't be about blowing things up, and it'll be more about just blowing up and our hearts becoming bigger with just acceptance. And I think the world will be a better place. And so that's about all I have for you today. So to this, at the end of the week, we're going to be working on a little bit of next week. We have a lot of stuff going on. We have Pluto going back into Capricorn. We're going to be talking about that, and we're just going to be talking about what's coming up in June for the month. So I look forward to seeing you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell so you get the notifications of future videos coming up. And I hope to see you soon. Have a great day.